Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 1 p.m. English News Edition, The Headlines. There was a farewell to Muhammad Ibrahim Warsama Hadrawi funeral. International scene at least 38 days in almost a controlled fire. Those were the headlines, and now welcome to the national news. The funeral of late Muhammad Ibrahim Warsama Say Hadrawi, famous author, poet and composer, took place today around noon in Hargeisa, capital of Somaliland. Died yesterday, Tuesday, in General Hospital of Hargeisa, capital of Somaliland. Today, the funeral of late Muhammad Ibrahim Warsama Hadrawi took place in the funeral of the Muhammad Ibrahim Warsama Say Hadrawi took place in presence of the president of the Darfur in Somaliland, Mr. Musa Abdi, the member of the Somaliland government, the deputy of the Chamber of Representative, the representative of the member of the family of DC, as well as a senior civil and military official of Somaliland. In addition to Somaliland officials, several delegations from countries in the region and all paid farewell to the late Muhammad Ibrahim Warsama Hadrawi. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mohamed Ghali, paid a frequent tribute to the memory of the late Muhammad Ibrahim Hadrawi, known as Hadrawi, a famous author, poet, and composer who died on Tuesday in Hargeisa, capital of Somaliland. In his tribute, the head of state praised the valuable contribution that the late artist has always made to the influence of the Somali culture. He then described the outspokeness and his constant determination to always side with quiet and justice as the hallmarks of his greatness of soul and heart. He was a man and faith and principle, said President Ghali, who described the late Hadrawi as one of the pioneers of the concept of the political engagement of the intellectual in this part of the world. May God welcome him to his eternal paradise, aided the head of state, expressing his sadness condolences to the relative friends and family of the deceased, as well as to the inter-Somali public, admired of his immense artistic and intellectual work. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Muhammad Ibrahim Warsama, known as Hadrawi, was born in Bur'u in the locality of Togder in 1943. At a very young age, he moved to the city of Aden in Yemen with his uncle and immediately began known for his storytelling skills, telling stories at school. And the name Hadrawi came from the Arabic Abu Hadra, and a nickname that will never leave him. In the early 1917, he graduated in literature and education from the University of Mogadishu, where he became a teacher. It was also at this time that he started broadcasting on Radio Mogadishu, becoming famous for his poetry and plays. He became famous for his poetry and plays, which led him to the imprisonment many times, but this did not prevent him from continuing his work for the freedom and the observance of morality in public affairs. Then he traveled extensively around the world, which ensured his vision of the world that he transposed it into poetry. Hadrawi bequeathed to us as well as stock the library, plays, and poetry works loved by all, where the philosopher and the poet and the writer are interviewing it. He gave himself fully, sacrificing all his life to the beautification and promotion of Somali literature. He produced a fine example. This work have been translated into a dozen languages. His highly valuable and multifaceted contribution to the benefit of the people of the region will not be forgotten and forever. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development (IGAD) and the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP) concluded a memorandum of understanding yesterday to deepen collaboration in various areas of mutual interest, including cross-border development in the Horn of Africa. Therefore, the MOU will build on the ongoing collaboration between the two institutions, starting with the implementation of a joint program on border area development. Then the MOU was agreed upon following a two-day workshop which took place on August 17, 18, 2022 in January. The workshop always evaluated a three-year joint IGAD UNDP program document on border area development. Among the area of cooperation agreed upon is the exploration of joint program initiative at the regional and national level through regular information exchange, analysis, and reporting. Both organizations will leverage their respective expertise, comparative advantage, and added value in resilience building, development, prevention of violent extremism, conflict prevention, youth and gender, climate change, blue economic, and water other strategic area. And now following the torrential rain that fell on the national territory, the National Institute of Public Health of Djibouti and UNCPD International Program to Fight Against Malaria have launched joint operation in the capital to spread and destroy breeding grounds in different parts of the city of Djibouti. To this end, several teams of entomologists and hygiene agents were able to detect area at risk and spread instantly solving over stagnant water and septic tank. This solvent are proven to be effective, eliminating the mosquito larvae with almost no environmental impact. In addition, this spray activity go hand in hand with the intervention of mobile space spreading brigade that use dedicated means to stop mosquito proliferation. As part of this large and vector control, the Ministry of Health recommended that the population actively contribute to the government effort by keeping their environment clean and ensuring the elimination of bottles of stagnant water in front of their homes. In their intervention, the various officials of the Ministry of Health indicated that this activity of anti-larva control and spraying will continue according to pre-established schedule and will mobilize in the next few days all the technicians of the UNSPD. And during the day of August 18, 2022, the element of police station of Hoden undertook a large operation against the smuggling of gas in sector of the cattle park. This operation led to the seizure of a significant amount of gas smuggled. It should be noted that the illegal goods were smuggled from the Ethiopia border. The smuggler was trying to smuggle the gas into our country with impunity. It should be recalled that smuggling of gas is a scourge that seriously affected the economy of our country. So the priority of the city has always been a permanent concern for officials of public authority, and for this purpose has been created the OVD Office of the Road of Djibouti, which employs several hundred agents in charge of cleaning public voices. Thus, day and night, the agent of the OVD storm climb all the arteries of the capital to collect garbage. Its men and women in orange and in uniform are distributed throughout the capital and work in teams that take turns morning and evening. And on the artery that's made clean, some of our fellow citizens not hesitate to throw the top of the window of his car and can bottle and other waste of the public road. It is a question of behavior not responsible towards each and our own our daily environment to keep our city clean, a city where it's good to live. We just have to abandon and punish this behavior. The cleaning agent that we interview with Mrs. Nim'a Aden is of impeccable morality. For Nim'a, each one cleans his house, her house, and make it clean. But people forget that the city is always our big house, and that it is necessary for that to take care of the property of this big house, which each one us all. For Ayan Mohammed, another agent of the OVD, to clean is good, she say, but not too dirty. It's even better. The origin of Dikil was the second to organize the international competition of the traditional society game and data collection work for the safeguarding and the revitalization of traditional game in Dikil. There's a delegation led by the technical advisor and of the ministry, Mr. Idris Musa Ahmed, including 5 other officials, moved to the sub-prefecture. And now for international scene, the Algeria now is under control. Wildfire which killed at least 38 people and left a trail of destruction in northeast Algeria this week have now been contained. And now for Serbia and Kosovo felt Tuesday to reach an agreement on long-standing border and mutually air connection issues that have spiked the tension in the Balkans and aided to European stability during the war in Ukraine, the European Union foreign policy chief said. That's it for this edition. Thanks for your attention and have a wonderful evening.